Hello, motherfuckers. It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is Slasher, what is it, Sunday? Yeah, Slasher Sunday. We're talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a Tobe Hooper film. Sorry for that stupid Texas accent in the beginning. I'm gonna put on my cowboy hat for this review. Yeah, it's a good old-fashioned Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This movie is fucking awesome. This is one of the few slasher movies that's genuinely, like, scary and disturbing. The only other disturbing slasher movie I can think of off the top of my head is probably Maniac. Maniac I thought about doing this year, but I just talked about it in a Blu-ray video, like, last month or whatever. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of the greatest slasher movies of all time, because the low-budget aspect of this movie works wonders in terms of making it a great, like, disturbing slasher movie, because it almost feels like home footage. The acting, I think, is actually fairly decent, with the exception of the guy in the wheelchair. I think he's one of the worst actors I've ever seen in my life, whoever that guy is. Sorry, hopefully you're not watching this video. But all the other acting, I think, is pretty good, especially the main girl, the final girl. I think she does a really, really great job, especially in the ending, when, you know, they're sucking her finger and she's all screaming and stuff. Like, that is genuinely one of the most disturbing moments in movie history to me. This is one of those movies, whenever I watch it, I'm glad that I'm watching it, but I'm also like, okay, I'm gonna need a long hot shower after this movie to just wipe off the stink. This movie just looks like it smells bad. It's great stuff. It feels like a fucking science project when you're watching it. Like, it's just like people with fucking jerky faces and ugh. But yeah, it's great. A lot of people think of this movie as like one of the goriest films of all time, but if you want to get down to it, you don't really even see much of the gore. You see a hammer hit a head in one point, you see a girl get put on a meat hook, and then you see Leatherface chop his own foot, and that's pretty much it for bloodshed in this movie. A lot of it's implied. One of the scariest things in this movie is just a big-ass metal door slamming. Like, just hearing that, because you know what's going on behind that door, is more disturbing than most things in most horror movies. This is like proof in concept that less is more, right? What's more disturbing? A door slam gives you that anxiety of like, oh shit, what's that noise? And then hearing screaming behind it, or just straight up gratuitous shit like in Hostel where you're seeing a fucking face get hit with a blowtorch and shit like that. Like, this is genuinely more disturbing because your brain always thinks of things that are scarier than what they're going to show you on celluloid. So, great movie. I would say everybody, if they haven't seen it, should watch it. I think it holds up really, really well. Because even though it's from the 70s and it's filmed on a low budget and all these things that would be stacked up against it if it was any other normal movie, every flaw plays into it being a great film. So yeah, 100% recommendation, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, ye fucking ha.